Hi, I'm Lee Iridium, and it's another anniversary of an album, and I'm going to rank the tracks from it. So, Scorpions' Love at First Sting, 27th of March 1984 on Harvest in the UK, EMI, Harvest EMI, I think it was at the time, produced by Dieter Dierks, 40 minutes and 55 seconds long, most successful album they ever had in the US, came in at number 6 on the charts. Went triple platinum in 95, so really big album for Scorpions. Ninth studio album, Klaus Meine on the vocals, Rudolf Schenker on guitar, Matthias Jabs on the guitar, Francis Buchholz on the bass, and Hermann Rarebell on the drums. So this album, let's talk about the album cover. A bit controversial. Scorpions albums are always controversial. This probably ain't as controversial as some, but still it was. A bloke tattooing his girlfriend and got a bit of side boob going on. I think it's a fantastic album cover. It gets really slated, this album cover. I think it was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. It wasn't like over the top rude or offensive. I think it was just on the border to be tasteful, if you ask me. That's just me. I was only a kid though, so there you go. So 37 years old today. Mental, absolutely mental. I absolutely love this album. It's not my favourite Scorpions album, but I think it was at the time when it came out. It was definitely became my favourite Scorpions album when I was a kid. But as time went on, I think I preferred Blackout and Love Drive a little bit more. Dieter Dierks producing this album. So his production on this album, I think it wasn't as good as the two albums before. I don't know if he produced both the albums before. I think he done Blackout. I'm not sure about Love Drive. I'm really not. But production wise anyway, in general, I think that Love Drive for me is probably the best production out of all three of those, those classic albums. Blackout probably wasn't bassy enough for my liking. This album, didn't like the snare drum sound. I think it was a bit of a sign of the times at the time. A lot of bands had that sort of snare drum sound. It sounded a bit machine-like, a bit computerized, if you like, a bit like a drum machine at times. But that's just my opinion. It still wasn't that bad, the production, but it weren't as bright as Blackout especially. And Love Drive, like I said, was my favourite production. But it was still good. So, brilliant album, really successful. Off the back of this, obviously had Worldwide Live, the double album that came out, and the DVD that I had that I didn't stop playing. Absolutely loved it. Let's rank the tracks. And this is hard because I fucking love this album, and I love every track on this album for different reasons, but I've got to rank them. That's just my job. I rank everything. So there you go. You're probably thinking, you don't have to fucking rank this. You don't fucking have to. But anyway, we have got only 9 tracks to rank. So not a lot of tracks on the album. Starting at number 9. This is easily the weakest track on the album for me. And I never, even though I don't hate it, it was the weakest track for me, and that's Same Thrill. So, I mean, they can do great songs, fast songs of Scorpions, and, there's loads in their catalogue, but this is definitely not one of them for me. It doesn't fit in with the rest of the album. It just hasn't got that class that the rest of this album has got. Great guitar work, though. I must say that. The Same Thrill, like I said, I don't hate it, but I'm not going to put it on a playlist of my favourite Scorpion songs. Put it that way. Coming in at number 8. Now, this is just purely, I think, through overplaying. I don't think this song, I don't care if I don't ever listen to this song again, but I do appreciate it. It's a good song. Rock You Like a Hurricane. Even saying it, I'm thinking of it. Here I am, da-dum, da-dum, rock you like a hurricane. Does that sound Chinese? Anyway, great song, but for me, overplayed, ridiculously overplayed, but great nonetheless. Not sure about, especially about this is definitely one. This is what I'm talking about, the snare drum. I know it had an effect on it, but especially on this one, you know, when it first came into the verse, it's early morning, sun comes out. Didn't like that. Never liked it, but there you go. Great video though, and an amazing solo. The guitar work on this fucking album is amazing. So, anyway, coming in at number 7, love this song. As Soon as the Good Times Roll. Nice feel to it, different feel to it. Almost like, not really, but sort of got touches of reggae in it. Do you remember Is There Anybody There had that slight touch? This feels slightly like it to me, but I don't like reggae, by the way. But I think Scorpions just add tiny little touches of it. Nice feel to the song. I'll tell you what it reminds me of. The Police. If any of you guys know The Police, a lot of you will, Sting. This song really reminds me of The Police. Let me know if I'm going fucking mad, or let me know if you agree with me. A very understated song, by the way. You know, it's sort of very mellow all the way through. Doesn't really change, but it's so great. Brings a great atmosphere to that song. As Soon as the Good Times Roll is my number 7. Coming in at number 6, a great song, a great hit, Big City Nights. Absolutely love it. This is I'll tell you what, Scorpions, they do something that a lot of bands can't do, and they transport you to different places, you know, or they make you feel a certain way. Their songs transport you to different countries even. And Big City Nights is one of them. It just makes you feel like you're in a different place, like somewhere really hot on a night out. It's just amazing what they do. The Scorpions are brilliant. Nice simple chorus. I'll tell you what, this album, where they really started what they started doing on Blackout, and then really a lot on this album, and that's lead guitar over the whole song. Matthias Jabs especially, just picking out little bits all the way through. So it'd be a verse playing, Klaus May would be singing, and then he'd be coming in with these fantastic little lead bits. Apart from the solo, be doing them, and it lifts the whole song, because it's not just a plain song, just chords and riffs. You're getting these really fantastic little bits from Matthias Jabs. Absolutely love it. Great melodic song. I think Rudolf Schenker actually did the solo to Big City Nights. But there you go. That's my number 6, Big City Nights. Coming in at number 5, the opening track, Bad Boys Running Wild. Bad Boys Running Wild. If you don't bleed. So, love this. Great opening riff. Matthias Jabs, again, that work he does in this song, he's just mental. Great gang vocals. Bad Boys Running Wild. Love it. Absolutely love it. Brilliant opening track. Couldn't have been a better opening track. Love the little guitar melody right at the beginning. And then it goes into that riff. I'm really bad at mouthing that guitar shit, but it's such a well-known album, you know what I'm talking about. Right, okay. Number 4. Brilliant track. More of a deeper cut. Crossfire. So very cool with the army drum beat. Nice guitar melodies. Lovely bass running through the song. Bass really stands out in this one. The bass line, the running in this. Haunting song. Absolutely amazing. Makes you feel really sort of sad in a way, especially lyrical subject. Even though the song sort of stays the same throughout, it's brilliant. Scorpions do that sometimes. They don't really build up and build up. It might stay the same, but it's a fantastic song. Love it when the drums really kick in about 2/3 of the way through. Absolutely brilliant song. Love Crossfire. That's my number 4. Coming in at number 3. And it's Still Loving You. I'm still loving you. So, weren't the Scorpions, would you say the Scorpions in the 80s were the best band to produce ballads? I think they were. I mean, there's some other bands that have had the odd one-off ballad that's better. But in general, consistency of great ballads, I think the Scorpions were the best. And it's one of the only bands that I would look forward to what's the ballad going to be like on the album. What the new album's coming out. I wonder what the ballad's going to be like. Because that was one of the highlights for me. So, beautiful ballad, this is Still Loving You. It builds and builds and builds. This is another one that transports me. It makes me feel like I'm somewhere else. It's just amazing. Not just like, you know, transporting me to the 80s, which it does, but to a different country even. Just amazing the way they do that. One of their best ballads. Still Loving You, part at the end where Klaus Meine, what a fantastic vocalist. I haven't even spoken about Klaus Meine yet. He's one of my favourite vocalists. He's just so recognisable. But the bit at the end where he's really giving it the still, I'm still loving you. I absolutely love that bit. It's beautiful, man. Anyway, I'm really getting into that then. Number 2, underrated track, I'm Leaving You. So, I love the groove, the way this just kicks in. The melodies with the guitar are amazing. That sort of running over the beginning of the song, if you like. Love the clean guitar through the verses. You know, it's like without any effect. I absolutely love that. Electric guitar without any effect. The only thing I'll say about this song is the lyrics, they're repeating quite a bit. But I think the song's so fucking brilliant, it doesn't really matter. My favourite part is the Keep Me In Your Mind bit. Keep me in your mind till I think that's just got such a cool groove to it. I love the solo, so technically good. I mean, so melodic. More like I always say, some of these 80s songs had their solos were like a song in itself. And that's exactly what the Scorpions did. Amazing. That's my number 2. And that only leaves one track for my number 1. And I'm not a huge fan of fast songs, but I think this is just an absolutely amazing song, and that's Coming Home. I love it, man. Beautiful beginning. You'd almost, if this is the first time you'd heard it, you think, oh, it's another ballad. It's another ballad, until you get that sort of feedback from that guitar, and then it leading into that riff, and then the feedback still going on that guitar. It's just fucking amazing. I think this song is about like missing the road, like coming back from touring. Missing the road, if you like. I fucking love this song. I just think Matthias Jab's soloing over this song is some of the best he's ever done. Some of the best soloing I've ever heard in my life. Mental, frenetic guitar solo, just brilliant. The energy in this creates this song. You know, the bit, especially the bit where it goes, jump on your seats, put your hands in the air. I mean, it's just perfect for the live situation. Coming Home has always been one of my favourites, and that's why it's number 1. So, did you enjoy my track ranking? Do you agree with my track ranking? Do you think I'm a complete arsehole for ranking the tracks this way? Do you think I shouldn't even rank the tracks? Do you like the fact that I rank tracks? Do you think I rank too much? Please tell me in the comments below. Anything you want to say to me, I don't give a shit. Thank you very much, and happy anniversary to Love at First Sting.